Matt, let me give you a little example of just how ironic and counterintuitive the court's treatment of this case is. Recently, a group of Liberty University School of Law students who are interning with Liberty Counsel had an incredible opportunity that Liberty Counsel was able to open up for them. That was to travel to the United States Supreme Court itself, to have a very intimate meeting with Justice Samuel Alito, which is
what an opportunity.
For our students, that is, what an opportunity to be able to sit down and have a discussion with about 20 people and Justice Samuel Alito. But before they did that, Matt, they walked into the highest court of the land, the Supreme Court of the United States, where this case were the en banc court to affirm what the three-judge panel had done. This is where it would land, is in the Supreme Court. Now, here's what's ironic about that, is this entire case is over whether a court can hang the Ten Commandments in its courthouse. To argue that case, both the ACLU and Liberty Counsel are going to have to march into the same court that these students stood in front of a 9-judge panel, that of the United States Supreme Court, and they're going to have to argue in full sight of a frieze hanging in our highest court. A frieze is a carving hung on the highest court of our land, with Moses proudly holding in a center position for all to see a copy of the Ten Commandments of the Bible. And quite often you'll see some of the justices glancing up at that when they have to hear these cases, because the cognitive dissonance here, Matt, is overwhelming, that you are having to stand in front of Moses holding the Ten Commandments in the Supreme Court of the United States to argue that the Ten Commandments should not be allowed to be posted in courthouses.
Well, Sean, it's pretty simple. The ACLU would simply have to argue that Moses had an educational motive for holding the Ten Commandments in such a way, as opposed to a religious motive and I'm joking, of course. It just shows you how you mentioned the cognitive dissonance here that it takes. How about the rationalizing that it takes? The hoops they have to jump to, and the mental gymnastics that you have to go through in order to arrive at the where the ACLU would have us arrive in this country, wherein no displays of Ten Commandments are appropriate anywhere, in any public forum, on any public property, in any courtroom, because of entanglement with religion. Well, this was clearly not what our founding fathers intended. And as you point out, Sean, the United States Supreme Court, carved into the very marble above the bench, is the Ten Commandments. I think that screams from the rooftops literally what our founding fathers intended.
It does, Matt. There can be no legitimate question about whether the Founding Fathers found the Bible and the Ten Commandments offensive. The very people that are considered the stalwarts for separation of church and state often voted to fund the production and dissemination of Bibles with taxpayer funds at the founding of the nation. So our nation is not antithetical to the Ten Commandments, and I'm glad to see the Liberty Counsel is fighting on this level to make sure that they're not a rarity in U.S. courthouses.
Well, where religious hostility toward religious liberty exists, Liberty Counsel will be there. That is why we exist, and we exist because of the support and gifts from people like you. To learn more about how you can become part of Liberty Counsel's mission, go to lc.org or give us a call at 800-671-1776.
You have been listening to Matt Staver of Liberty Counsel. Our hope is to encourage and inspire you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedoms. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email update. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.